welcome to Clear Skies Aviator. This is our 1976 Cessna 150M model.
Not me.
Yeah, not her. This is my wife, Melanie. She's the 1992 model. The M model, though, for Melanie. So we just wanted to introduce ourselves, and we're going to do a little Q&A here. This is our first time we've owned a plane, first time we've been at our own airport, rented a hangar, first time pretty much for everything.
Right.
So we scripted a few questions here.
Start with number one. Get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Why did we buy a Cessna 150 as our first plane?
Oh, as our first plane. So I would say mission. Why do you think we did?
Because it was the cheapest option.
Nah, more mission. But yes, economics does play a hand in that. So when you're getting your first plane, obviously there's going to be lots of stuff that comes up, lots of unknowns that come up. There's a Bonanza right across the way from us. That'd be a great plane, but I know being from the 50s, retrack, disparity of parts, constant speed prop, a lot of stuff that can go wrong and be repaired. So this is what I trained in. This is what I know.
2 seats.
It's very economical and honestly mission driven. It's mostly just her and I flying. So that fits for now.
Yeah, perfect. All right. How did you know that you were ready to own your own aircraft?
Good one. So we've been renting for, what's it been, 4 years? I think when we bought it. So we bought this in May.
Cut.
We bought this in May, and we've been renting since 2000. So
2000.
Or 2020. Sorry, I get decades off.
I think I was born. Just kidding.
How do we know it was time? I don't know. I think it's just pride of plane ownership. So knowing what you're getting into, not knowing that, you could have been flown 100 hours before you got back in the plane. Getting the same plane every time is also nice. So its quirks, its bugs, you know where everything is and how it operates.
Taking good care of it.
Yep. So we've been fixing this up pretty much for the last 6 months, and done a pretty good job so far. It wasn't neglected for a long time. We have done some upgrades, which we'll get into that in some later videos, but just presentation alone on the outside, we've done some buffing, some painting, just cleaning up.
Making it look like our own.
So why we want our own? That's why. It's more just pride of ownership and knowing what you're getting into every time you climb in that plane.
True.
Yeah.
All right, what scared you most before buying your first plane?
Finance.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. So I actually had set aside the money, so the finances were there. It's just a matter of pulling that trigger and actually doing it. And I remember the days leading up to it where I was kind of like, I felt really nervous. I really did, because it's a big undertaking, even in a small plane, which is a very affordable plane. It definitely costs less than most pickup trucks nowadays, at least. But, finances for sure.
Upfront costs or thinking about what may need to be done?
Everything, because you always hear the cost of the plane is the initial cost. The cost of everything else you're going to find is going to be 2 to 3 times that, which has not been the case so far with us. I have voluntarily done lots of upgrades that we didn't necessarily need to do. But from a safety aspect, putting ADS-B in, GPS, new radios, which I would consider the radio was a must. So the old one that was in there, people couldn't hear us from 2 miles away.
A lot of things were a must.
So that was
for safety.
That was a non-negotiable for me, which I think is the only piece so far we bought brand new for equipment. So, but love it. Garmin 205. Love the radio.
Also, always have a savings backup.
Yes.
Keep it going.
So we do have a plane savings account. Just because you own it doesn't mean you don't pay whatever, weekly, monthly. I try to put money in there for reserves.
Yep. All right. This kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Were you financially ready to own a plane?
Yes.
Definitely.
And I think that's the big step, going from renting to owning, because this is not cheaper than renting. Clearly, it's not.
Could be.
It will be when I get it to where I want it, which is all the upgrades. it'll definitely be cheaper by far. But I've heard a ratio that it's like if you fly more than 50 hours per year, it's cheaper to buy.
Hmm.
And I think this year, even though we got this in, we'll call it June because it was late May, I think we flew like 60 hours, I think.
And 25?
25 total. In this plane, we probably have, I don't know, 30.
No, in 2025.
In 2025 total, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
that's
flew
not
about
bad.
62. In this plane alone was probably a little less than half of that. So I think, or maybe more than half of that. So it's probably like 35-ish hours. We fully expect that number to grow. Obviously, if we have a full term this year and stuff that's operational. So we were down for quite a bit of time on some maintenance issues.
Yeah.
But what was the question again?
Were you financially ready?
Yeah, ready. So, like I said, we did have money set aside. I actually had some money from a pension that had been sitting in my bank account for, I don't know, 4 years with the plan to buy a plane. It just didn't happen. And this one just happened to kind of land on our lap, and it was right here in our backyard. So that worked out pretty well.
The airport's haunted.
Is it?
That's why we wanted to leave. All right. Were there any mistakes that you made buying this plane?
Absolutely.
Oh, can we do this?
I think there's mistakes made in buying every plane, to be honest.
How about lessons learned?
Yeah,
Not
lessons
necessarily
learned.
mistakes, right?
Yeah, lessons. So we did not do what you call a typical pre-buy. So I inspected the plane. She inspected the plane with me. We did get a borescope. We did go through every square inch. We had multiple people look at it as well. Non-officially, we did not pay for a pre-buy. Yeah, I'd say there was stuff that was missed, which again cost us a little bit of money. Not horrible. Would I do it again? Honestly, at this point, I don't think I would buy a pre-buy because now I've learned this plane so much that I know exactly what to look for if it was a 150.
I was gonna say it was a Bonanza.
If I'm buying a Bonanza, hands down doing a pre-buy because there's so many more systems in that, or any other type of complex airplane. I would say that would be a learning lesson. Honestly, there hasn't been a lot of surprises besides that, as far as like maintenance or operations or anything like that. More expensive than you think, I would say. But again, the first year is always most expensive. We just happen to be combining it with lots of upgrades. So,
correct. Was there anything that you overestimated or underestimated when buying the plane?
like cost,
Sure.
overestimated.
Versus underestimated.
I would say no. Underestimated, yes, actually.
No overestimation? Everything was cheaper than you thought?
Kind of was.
easier?
Kind of was.
I'd like to hear that.
Insurance was number one, actually, because I got lots of quotes on like Cherokee 140s. I have had a few quotes on Cessnas in years past. And actually, when I got time to do mine, I think we only pay like $750 a year, which is far less than what I was quoted before, which was like 12 to 1400 range. I know a lot of people pay a lot more than that. Again, one of the reasons I chose a Cessna 150 because we know people that are paying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a year, and that's just no. I'm not paying $500 a month for insurance, especially on a plane, like I said, that costs less than a pickup truck.
So why was your insurance so cheap?
I don't know. A lot of it's Cessna 150, so these are very common trainer planes. They're very forgiving. Most of, I'd say, 85% of my hours are in a 150, so that looks good on insurance. I am only private pilot certificated so far, so I don't have, IFR. When you do get IFR, that actually drops even further,
Wow.
which I doubt it'll drop just because insurance rates are going up, but it'll probably offset that to keep it fairly neutral, hopefully.
So it comes down per rating?
Yeah, and hours.
Including complex?
Yep.
Dual engine? All that? Multi-engine, whatever it's called?
Yes.
Okay.
Which doesn't make much sense because
I guess it's just more time and more experience.
It is, yeah.
So it does kind of
because it's not like this is multi-engine. It's not like
Yeah.
it's retract gear or constant speed prop or anything. But we will have all glass pretty soon, so that's nice.
That'll bring it down.
Yeah, should.
Should go up.
It's a TAA experience, so which is
Coverage needs to go up.
yes, coverage does need to go up. So that is one thing I guess underestimated that
Coverage.
we are going to have to increase the whole value since we're putting in a fair amount of upgrades. Currently, it's insured for less than $50,000. We clearly have probably more than that into this plane at this point, and we have a lot more to go here pretty soon in the next couple months here.
Mm-hmm. This question says, "Why is a simple plane the best first plane?"
Because it's simple.
But is it simple?
I don't know. You tell me.
Can some of the other ones be more simple?
No. I mean,
Like an RV?
if you're talking
Yeah, what are we talking? Are we talking easy flight? Are we talking
simple
easy
operation,
instruments?
I don't think you get any more simple than a Cessna 150. That's
True.
why they're trainer planes.
What about a 172?
Very similar.
But
I would say these are more simple. Just because it's two people, there's more to worry about as far as weight capacity, but 172 is a 4-seater, but typically you can't fly 4 people. So you can get in trouble with that with, payload.
does it also depend on the instruments? Simplicity?
Yes. I mean, when we bought the plane, we had just a basic 6-pack, no frills at all. It did have a transponder. It was a bonus. Can't say I ever used it because I immediately took it out. Like I said, the radio was crap. And that was it for instruments, pretty much. It had a VOR, just VOR, not glide slope. And again, removed that as well. So with the future state, we're looking at 2 AV30s, which will give us full IFR capacity for RNAV and LPV approaches. So we did not do a nav radio because it's thousands of dollars more.
For now.
But
in this plane.
Yeah, very simple plane. Not much else to worry about.
Okay.
It's a great first plane.
They're safe.
A 172 is a great first plane too, just like a Cherokee 140. They're made that way for a reason. That's why they're trainer planes. But these are very forgiving. She's actually not landed this one yet, but she's landed a 150. She is not a private pilot. She has never done a lesson in her life.
Took it from him.
Nor does she want to.
I like my lessons from you.
Yes. Is that the last question?
Last question. Oh. Well, I'll say second to last because I have a question.
Sweet.
Would you buy the same plane again? Does that mean Cessna 150 or that exact plane?
Both.
Yeah?
Would I buy this exact plane again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because we got a great deal on it. And even with the quirks, even with, the stuff that we know about that needs to be addressed, it's still a good economic plane that we were able to pay cash. So to not have a monthly payment is awesome.
True.
So pretty much the only thing we pay monthly on is this hangar. That's it. Insurance is paid up front, the plane's paid for, and that's it.
Yeah.
So would I buy a Cessna 150? Yes.
Yes.
I would. Just because it fits our mission. Like I said, it's usually just her and I.
The Honda of the skies.
Honda Civic.
Oh, even better.
What's the Honda Accord?
What's the Honda Accord? The 172?
Yes. Because it's a little bigger, but same feature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. What's your question?
My question is, what can we look forward to on this channel?
Oh.
What kind of videos?
We're kind of going to go through. We should have started this 6 months ago when we bought the plane, honestly.
I said it.
It would have been fun. Yeah, she did say it. It would have been fun to start this from scratch to show, here's the day we signed the papers. Here's the first things we did to the plane, which was basically clean it, cut, buff it, wax it.
You were just too into it, though.
Yeah.
You were all saturated.
Making content slows you down, and I have a problem doing that. So today, we're not flying. We're actually not working on a plane. We literally just came here to do this. So what do I want to do? Kind of show the process of not necessarily even all the upgrades. It's like plane ownership, what it takes, what it's involved. The community too, right? So we're at a small airport. As you can probably hear, there's nothing going on here. And it's like this often. But you do get to meet a lot of great people. And, I want to kind of highlight that. We're the only actually 150 on this airfield, which is wild to me because it is a short runway. It's 2,600, 2,500 feet
Perfect for us.
by 40 feet wide, very narrow. But again, for 150, perfect. So that's something I want to do with the channel And I want to really show,
what it's like to own a plane.
yeah, from
Whole
start to
process,
finish.
yeah.
Like, we could have just left it a basic 6-pack and run it and not put a penny into this thing all year.
That's
But
not who you are.
that's not who I am.
Not at
So
all.
we are coming up on annual. Maybe I will document that process. It's probably going to be in the next 2 weeks. So I'm not expecting to find anything because I feel that we have been through every square inch of this plane over the last 6 months. So I don't think there's anything that would surprise me. I
I
know
hope not.
I know what's in there. I'm okay with it. I'm comfortable with it. Obviously, if it's something major, we need to replace it, we'll replace it. But, it's where we're at.
Love it.
So,
Anything else you want to say?
yeah, I got some questions.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't my channel.
The number one thing we hear is like, man, I'd love to get a plane. I'd love to do this. I'd love to do that. But what's the wife going to say?
Depends on the wife.
It does, very much.
Depends on if.
For example, I was just watching a channel today. I can't remember the name of the channel, or I'd give you a shout out. His wife has been in his plane twice. And he's owned the plane
That's
for
a lot of the guys here, though.
he's owned the plane for like a long time.
Yeah.
And so, I think having a spouse, a girlfriend, a partner that's supportive of this journey, you can talk about your journey with aviation if you want, is important. So again, we co-own the plane. It's our plane. It's not my plane. So I happen to work on it. She likes to clean it, which is great. So, we get comments on that too.
For it. No, it's your money, our money. You also worked really hard to save money to get a plane. And I wouldn't want to take away your dream. It's always been your dream. It's always been your dream to be a pilot. It's always been your dream to be in the skies and to own your own plane. Is like, who can say they own their own plane? Not very many people, exactly. And I wouldn't take that away from you. I support you in everything that you do. So.
What a good way.
I mean, how sad would that be if I was that type of person to say, no, you can't get that, and tear you down over your dream? I just could not imagine doing that. And so we did find a very good plane for our starter plane.
Yep.
I don't know if we could have found a better plane, seriously, for our first plane.
Not for the price we paid.
Not for the price we paid, and for it being the perfect amount for what you had saved up.
And like every other, aviation problem is buying a plane's one thing. Where do you put it? Everybody has hangar shortages, which is absurd to me. So we're in East Tennessee.
Got really lucky.
We're in a Knoxville area, and it's just, even tie downs right now. I've been on a tie down list since I bought this. Still haven't got a phone call. So it's been 7 months.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So to be able to, we bought it here at this airport here. This actually used to be their landscaping hangar, so this was full of lawnmowers.
So there's some grease in the back you can see.
Yeah, so that's why the pad's pretty dirty, which we've already done a round of kitty litter.
We're doing our best here.
But we'll end up power washing that probably in the spring and try to make it look a little prettier. We just put up the fabulous lights.
Yeah.
And some decor.
Yeah.
She's usually hanging out here in the hammock while I'm working.
Reading.
And then our dog's over there somewhere chewing on his bone.
Yep.
But
a little peaceful spot. I'm glad you got a plane, and I'm scared of flying. Like, not terrified, but I am scared. But I still face my fears every day flying with him, so.
She does. She does good.
I mean, I'm not going to not live my life with him. So. It is what it is.
Well, that's all we got for you tonight. Just a little introduction.
Yeah.
And like I said, first time plane owners.
Did you say your name?
Sean.
Yeah, that's Sean.
That's Melanie.
Melanie.
And our dog Coda, which you'll probably see in most
Coda,
of the videos.
Come say hi.
He's over here.
Come here.
He ain't gonna get away from that bone.
Come here. Yeah. No. He won't. But if you have any questions, leave some for us for the next video. We could do a question and answer about planes, about hangars, about airports, about whatever. He has a lot of answers because he's been through this process and done everything himself.
Yep. I guess we can leave that for a later topic, I guess.
What should our outro be? Got a sword.
Got a sword?
Like got a blast from Jimmy Neutron? Got a blast, but got a sword. That's a sore subject.
All right.
Okay, say bye.
Oh, I thought we already did.
Oh, bye.
Bye.